We're excited. We're going to be doing some kind of like relaunching every semester, every year is kind of like a big push that we do as people move into the area and as the 35,000 students come back to campus, a lot of the freshmen come in. And so we have some really unique opportunities here at Compass to make the most of strategic momentum that we have and, with being in this area. And so one thing that we realize is in the fall semester, is just the time that a lot of people are beginning to check out church, and they're more open in that little time frame than any other time of the year. So one thing that we're going to do is we're going to do a trial. We're going to try out doing 2 services. And I know it doesn't feel like super packed here right now, but we're trusting God. It's kind of like in the story of Joshua. When God told them to cross the Jordan River, what happened was the Jordan River didn't part until they actually stepped into the water, and then it parted. And so we're just stepping out in faith. One of our values is to have bold faith, that we don't want to just make decisions based on reaction, like, oh, we're just busting at the seams, so we're going to do 2 services. What we want to do is we want to be proactive, that our vision from the very beginning of Compass Church is to help people find and follow Jesus. And so what we sincerely believe, is that God has led us to try out these 2 services, so that the vision for it would be to give more options and more seats for more people to find and follow Jesus. So if you think of American culture, people like options. So there's some people, they don't like 11 o'clock, they're going to want a 10 o'clock. So we're going to do a 10 o'clock and an 11:30 service. So those of you who like to sleep in, 11:30 will be perfect. You can just roll out of bed and you can eat lunch right after. Those of you who are a little bit earlier, 10 o'clock might be perfect for you. And so what I want you all to do right now, if you would pull out your connection cards. And so I want you to just think about which of those 2 services would you more likely be interested in attending. And so you can just put a 1 by whichever one that is your top choice, and then a 10, and then a 2 by like whatever, not a 10, a 2 by what it's a subconscious. I want you to pick 11:30. No, I'm just kidding. And just a little advertisement for 11:30. It's gonna be a better sermon because I warm up at the 10 o'clock one, and so like by the second time I do it, it's gonna be all dialed in and perfect. But then the first one you get the unedited version. So anyway, yeah, either one. Just choose your 1 and 2. And what we're inviting you to do is that, because a lot of you have been serving, we're just kind of having this kind of all hands on deck mentality for this series as we're trying these 2 services, that we're going to try to have regular teams. And I'm excited to have regular teams of volunteers, because what it can build more camaraderie with your team, that you can be seeing the same people pretty much every week, building those relationships, opportunity to live out the values. If you're not ready to serve regularly, we have an option of being a sub. So because we're having regular people serving, we need more people to fill in those slots when there's people that can't make it. So I want to invite you, if you haven't started serving yet, that's a great place to start. Is to start as a sub, a strategic sub, that when we need someone to fill in, we can do this. But at the end of the day, it's not about numbers, it's not about anything like that. It's about each individual that we have the opportunity to come in contact with and reach. If you think about, there's a thing that's a program. It's called, the question is like, who's your 1? So I want just to think about that. Who is your 1 that you could be inviting to Compass? And if you just think about each one of these chairs represents a person. Each one of these chairs represents someone who could come in and who could hear the gospel and who could find and learn how to follow Jesus passionately and with their whole heart. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to open up more chairs for people, open up more opportunities for people to hear the gospel. And that's really the heart behind the decision, is to help more people find and follow Jesus.